y'all, and welcome back to my channel, Trade with Jazz. And today I'm going to get straight into it, and I'm going to screen share with y'all to put y'all on to something that we do not need to be overcomplicating or gatekeeping. So many of my students, since I have been really touching and really focusing on swing trading lately, because that's what I've been personally doing myself a lot more lately, so many of my students are overthinking the getting in process. This technique that I'm going to teach you guys right now in this quick video, no matter what you're trading, I don't care if you are trading stock options, forex, whatever, you can use this technique to get into your position, and that is scaling into your position. And here in the trading world on YouTube, I don't see a lot of people talking about scaling into a position. I see a lot of people speaking about scaling out of your position. However, scaling into a position is going to take away so much of the anxiety and overthinking that you have when getting into a swing position. I'm going to show y'all what I mean by scaling into your position using the Tesla chart. So this is Tesla right here, and this is the Tesla chart that I use, that I trade on, that I mark up, all of that. This is the NASDAQ chart on TradingView. Now let me just go ahead and delete some of these things. This is a 28% trade that I took last week. Can you imagine if it would have held? Okay, it was a call position for options. We're not even going to talk about what it held it, but it's okay. I've been getting in and out, in and out, in and out on this whole run up. That is besides the point. Let's say you are trading Tesla and you are seeing that we're creating kind of a bull flag pattern, and everything is showing you and telling you that we are about to break out soon on Tesla. So when I zoom out here, and I am on the 4 hour because this video is all about swing trading. So with swing trading, you definitely want to be looking at that 4 hour time frame. We have been in a downtrend on Tesla for quite some time. However, we have been forming some breakout patterns as of recently. This breakout pattern for me started, this flag pattern started once we broke out of the downward trend line right here back in April, and then we started tightening into a slimmer and tighter range here, kind of creating a bull flag pattern, which we can actually take this here and draw another line. All right, so we broke out of the purple trend line, came back, retested it, then also dipped down a little bit even lower, retested my gray beam here, and then we were just kind of consolidating right on top of the purple trend line, which was once resistance. We broke out of that right here, came back, retested it. I love a break and retest. Break and retest, one of my favorite ways to confirm a bullish pattern. So it came out, retested it, and then we started to break out. And as you can see, we have moved $75 on Tesla in the last 2 weeks. This is not a drill. This was the real deal. Now, you could have been preparing and scaling in to your swing position on Tesla for this bullish breakout anytime during this phase here. Anytime during this area, you could have been scaling in, because you don't know when the breakout's going to happen. You just know it's going to happen. Let me remove that circle. When I remove that circle, you could have scaled in at any point during this flag portion of the bull flag, as long as we were staying above the resistance that we just broke, retesting it as support. And also the fact that we were tightening into even a tighter trading range is also a good sign for a breakout. Now, you could have been scaling into a swing position here. You are going to get far out expiration dates. It doesn't mean that you have to use up the entire length of the contract that you have. It just gives you time and ensures that theta doesn't eat into your profit. When I say soon, I mean anything within a month is soon. You could have been scaling in at any time during this time, which was essentially the calm before the storm. Let's say that you had $1,000 to invest into this Tesla swing trade. You do not have to overthink, overanalyze, be overly precise. All you have to do is break it into 3 trades. Now, let's say you didn't start getting in until we came back until here. Let's say May 2nd you started getting in, and you have a 3-month expiration date contract. So right when we came back and retested that resistance trend line, which is the purple area here, let's say you invested $300 right here. You invest a third of your total investment right here on that first break and retest. Broke, retested. That's where you invest a third. Could we have immediately taken off at this point and just shot up from here? Yes, we could have. We do not know the future. That could have happened. but it didn't. And so because it didn't happen immediately, you don't freak out and say, oh, this is a bad trade, I'm going to go ahead and just take my loss. Because what happens the next week of that first initial 1/3 that you actually invested into this 3-month to expire contract, we actually went down a little bit lower. Still shouldn't freak out. Swing trading involves a lot of confidence in your strategy. You have to have confidence, time, and patience. And as long as you have confidence, time, and patience, you will be profitable. So we actually went down a little bit lower the next week. Now here, you want to look at where are we going down to. On my chart, it went right to previous support, the direct level of support below the purple trend line. So for me, I wouldn't have freaked out right here. I would have added my second position, which would be position number 2, another 1/3. So $333 here and $333 here. Depending on how much the contract is, you can estimate. I'm just adding to that. So what this would be considered is averaging down. We are now in at a lower average price, so that's averaging down. All right, and again, that's the next week. So time's going on, we're breaking up a little bit. So at this point right here, we may have actually been in profit because once we got up here, we are above the initial 2 entries that we got in at. We may have been in profit as long as the theta is good, as long as you get a good contract, all that. You may have actually been in profit at that point. But we still have a whole nother third of this $1,000 investment to invest into this trade. Want to take control of your trading, whether you're on the go or stationary? Meet TradingView, the ultimate platform for technical analysis. Whether you're on your tablet, laptop, or mobile phone, have access to virtually every chart there is with almost every broker and analyze markets like a pro with the state-of-the-art charting tools. Stay connected on the go with TradingView's mobile app. Make informed decisions with real-time data and alerts. Join millions of traders using TradingView and start your free trial today. Click the link below to sign up. This is all one trade. This is all one trade using one strategy. We're just scaling into the position. Let's say you decide to get in here when we came back and retested not only the gray support resistance beam on my chart, but also the purple resistance trend line on my chart. This area, this is where I would add number 3 out of 3. That's where I would add in. But you could really add it, that last bit, anywhere on here. We're above the entry point. We're holding the flag pattern. Everything's good. Feel free to add to the position. So this is where I would add my third right here. What happens the very next week? We break out, come back, retest the flag pattern. We take off like a rocket. Hypothetically speaking, a move like this with $1,000 investment split into 3 entries over the course of 2 months. It took 2 months of scaling in. This is where patience comes in at. 2 months of scaling in for 1 week of taking off. That $1,000, this could have easily been $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 at this point, depending on the type of contract you got with the strike price and everything. You could have easily 10x your money on a move like this. So moral of the story, when it comes to swing trading, scale into your position. Do not feel like you have to find the perfect entry in the perfect time. I mean, we would all love to have the perfect entry in the perfect time. But on the higher time frame, you do not need to be as precise as you are if you were scalping. When you're swing trading, you don't have to worry about that. And that's one reason why I love swing trading so much. It takes a lot of the edge off of getting in at the perfect time. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be on the right side of the trade when the move happens. The move will happen. As long as you give yourself time, patience, and you have the confidence to hold it, your trade will work out for you. So this is an example on how you could have scaled into the Tesla breakout that just happened. But you can apply this to any chart with pretty much any swing trading strategy. Scale into your position. I like to divide my money into 3 when I'm scaling in. You can divide it into 2, you can divide it into 5, however you want to do it. But trust me, scaling in can potentially change your trading life. I love this way of getting into swing trades. So I hope that helped you guys that were wondering or possibly overthinking getting into a swing position. If you guys like that tip, then consider subscribing to this channel for more tips and more trading videos. And I will see you guys in my next video.